Okay, welcome. Awesome. Today is Monday, August 17th. Welcome, everyone. This is Noelle Randall, your local real estate entrepreneur, mentor, mom of five, real estate millionaire. Enjoying my life here in sunny Orlando, Florida, by the pool. And I enjoy these Monday evenings, this new thing that we are doing here on this live stream, on YouTube live stream and on Get Vocal. I'm absolutely loving this, that we are able to teach, where I'm going to be teaching you guys tonight, basically walking you through some steps to quit your job. Okay. I was coming from someone that has been there, that has worked a full-time job, worked in corporate America, climbed the corporate ladder, and literally transitioned from working full-time to being a full-time entrepreneur and not skipping a beat. Okay. And in fact, making more money for myself in my own business than I ever did in corporate America. And I literally, when I quit corporate America, my salary was $225,000, just to show you the potential of what you can make working for your and how quickly you can do it. And I mean, this is in my first year out of the gate, I made over $400,000. Okay. So this is what I'm telling you. This is what you can do in your business, and you can create all of these different streams of revenue, especially once you don't have a job. What we don't realize is that having a job and working for someone else, although it does provide some great benefits, a steady income. Again, I'm not salary shaming, because there are benefits to working for someone else. And you're going to take a lot of those skills that you have learned. If you work for someone else and you've been a good employee, you'll make an excellent entrepreneur. And once you give your own business, all of your time, your energy, and all the effort that you're giving to a company, once you give that to yourself, you are unstoppable. Your income is unstoppable, and you do what you want to do, and you own your time. And that is why I'm sharing this with you guys, because my life is amazing, and I want that for other people. I know that this is what's possible, and I know that it's nowhere near as hard as they make it seem. There's all these people out here that have tricked us into thinking that we need to work for other people, and we have to go get college degrees and different certifications, and project manager certification, HR certification, and MBA. And I fell for that trick. Literally, I have 2 master's degrees, like ridiculous. And I don't use any of them really in my business. Okay. But it was this track that we were taught, that we need to climb the corporate ladder and get promotions and get different certifications in order for us to make high incomes, and for order for us to have this life. But the problem with that is you work for someone else, so you never own your time. No matter if you are the vice president, if you get to vice president level, and I got to vice president level many times. I was a vice president, one of the youngest vice presidents at Chase Bank. Okay. I traveled all the time. I had to get in very early. I had to be responsible for all of these people. I was a manager of managers. I had to report upward. I had to report downward. I had to speak one way to this group, speak a different way to another group. I had to hide information. I had to lay people off. I had to decide who was getting laid off, who was hiring, who weren't hiring, relocations, who was gonna, we're gonna ship them to a new place. I mean, just all of these decisions that we were making, and giving all of this stress and all of this thought I would give to these companies. And I was able to then, and I'm telling you, this is all possible, take those same skills, take that same skill set, and move that into my own business, and owning several businesses very easily. And instead of making all of those decisions and having all of that stress, worrying about someone else's company, it's so much easier and more fulfilling when I'm doing it for my own company and the legacy of my kids and my family. It is so valuable. Okay. It's so valuable. If you're listening, if you're watching this, if you begin taking these steps, because now there's even more opportunities. There's so much more funding out there that has been untapped for minority owned businesses, for women owned businesses. Okay. For veteran owned businesses. There's literally tons of different grants that I can tell you how to easily get. Easily. This is not like this long lottery process. These are grants. These are business funds. Yes, many of them are loans. Okay. Do not be afraid of debt. Do not be afraid to borrow for your business. Okay. To invest in yourself. Don't be afraid of that. And there's lots of different forgivable loans. And in some cases where they'll loan you a lot of the money to start your business or to grow your business. Even if you've only been in business maybe just 1 year. So this is what I'm telling you, is you start your business while you have a job. This is the awesome and easy thing that you can do where you don't skip a beat. You start the business while you're working. Use your salary to go and put money into your business checking account and start establishing yourself as a business while you're still working. Get the EIN numbers, get the Dun & Bradstreet numbers, start building the business credit, get business credit cards, get business lines of credit so that when you are ready to quit, you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in funds available to you, and they're in your business's name. And in many cases, not even attached to your social security number. Okay. And this is what I'm teaching. And this is what I'm telling you, you can do. And this is why this is very easy for anyone with the knowledge. And I'm teaching you these things because, of course, this is not anything that they're going to teach you in school. They definitely didn't teach you this in school, or even I went to business school, too. They didn't teach me this in business school. They didn't teach me that I could just start a business. They taught me a lot of things about running a business, which I can teach you as well. The few things that I garnered from that education, because there are some gems in anything that you learn. But I can quickly tell you and summarize what the real thing that you should be doing so that you can have the life that you want, so you can own your own time, so that you can make lots of money. And when I say lots of money, I say that I mean at least $20,000 or $30,000 per month. Like on a terrible month, you would make $20,000 or $30,000. Okay, this is simply just by doing the things that I'm saying with starting a business and investing in real estate in even a small way. Even just a small way. You want to have some real assets. Okay, even if your passion in the business that you hair or being a nail stylist or a your record label or music or whatever it is that you want to do as a passion project, you can totally do and make money with. But I can tell you how to use real estate and have some assets that are always making money for you so that you can own your own time and you can kind of play around with the things that you want to do. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to do kind of as a passion thing is I wanted to write children's books. And so it doesn't pay a lot. Children's books don't pay a lot. So I write those books, but I have real estate. I have real estate that's making me money, whether I'm doing anything or whether I'm not doing anything. And lots of businesses related to real estate. And so, and then I've now added to that. And so I encourage people to learn, do, teach. I'm here in that fashion, teaching this, spreading the word, because there's abundance out here. And there's so many people that can follow the same path that I followed. Someone taught it to me. Nothing that I'm teaching or saying to you guys, someone taught to me. I learned all of this. This was never anything that I've made up. This is not anything that just comes just to me and I'm, God given this thing. No, I learned all of this. I had different mentors, different real estate classes I've taken, different real estate coaches. And this is me just sharing that information. And then I did it. I have real estate. I have long-term rentals. I have short-term rentals. We're getting into apartment buildings now. I have a real estate crowd fund. I have a podcast, YouTube channel. So you just grow in everything that you do. And this is the opportunity that's available to you. It's easy to do. Easy to literally start a business while you have a job and then quit your job and start doing what it is that you want to do. And so that's what this is about. So step one, what do you need to do? You need a business, of course. Okay. You definitely need a business. You're going to have to get your business registered. I know some people say, hey, do I need an LLC or do I need an S Corp or a C Corp? I cannot advise you. I'm not a tax attorney or I'm not a tax professional or an attorney. However, I can tell you in most cases, I got an LLC, but now I do a lot of C Corps. Now it's going to be dependent on you and your taxation, but what's best for you. But in any case, whichever one you pick, you will be fine. I assure you, you'll figure it out. You'll get an accountant to help you. Okay, so that you file the proper documents. And if you need to switch it, you can. If you, for example, you file as a corp and you want to go to an LLC, you can change. You can change it. Okay, just file some different paperwork. So this is not a big deal. Mess this up terribly. The key is to just get started. Okay, guys, the key is to just get started. Think about what you want to name your business. Think about what you want the business name to be and go ahead and get that business registered with the Secretary of State. Then apply for your EIN number. Okay, go to irs.gov. It is completely free. Get your EIN number for that business. So now that you can file taxes on it, now you are creating an entity. This is what you're going to be able to build an entire entity almost as its own standing self with its own business credit, with its own credit profile. Okay, so this is the thing that we create and then we get business credit for it. And then it's separate from ourselves. Okay, it's separate from us, and it becomes separate from your social security number. You really can separate it, especially if you're able to grow your business and use the money properly, the way that I'll teach you. Where if you get real assets that are always making money and you get the right properties, and this is not difficult to do. You don't need a lot. You can have 5, 6 properties and do very well for yourself. Now, I don't recommend 1 or 2. That's too small. I don't want you to think that small, but you can have 6 to 8 properties and really make a very, very solid income and rely on that, especially if they're purchased in like the right areas and for the right price, using some of the techniques that I teach you. Okay, especially like, you know, with some of the getting the lease purchases or doing the subject to and getting the properties for pennies on the dollar, finding people that are in distress, people that are in foreclosure, people that are in bankruptcy, people that are going through divorce, and getting those properties from those people. Okay, that's going to be an awesome opportunity. This is like the hidden gem. I'm literally telling you something that most people on the planet do not know. And this is the easy way to get real estate. And you combine this with the business credit that I'm teaching you about, and you have a multi-million-dollar plan. Okay, you have a plan where you're literally by the pool in one of your properties, and you can go to any of the properties. This is my life. I can go to any of the properties that I want to. They all have pools. They're all like in vacation areas. I have some properties in North Carolina, some in Florida, some in Texas, and I can go to them as I choose, and they're all making money, and I can do different things with them. I can sell them. I can lease them and get rent. I can fix them up and then sell them. I can do short-term rental. I can do long-term rental. There's so many. I can refinance it and get cash out. There's lots of different things. You can leverage them. You can package your properties up into a blanket mortgage and then get a line of credit against them. You can do that with just 5 properties. So there's some techniques that I can teach you guys. Can't get into all of it here, but there's some easy techniques that I can teach you guys, where you can easily take a little bit of money. You can take like a $50,000 line of credit, okay, in your business's name. And I can teach you how to get this in a matter of months, okay, and flip that into a business, a $1 million a year business. Seriously, okay. This is not difficult to do, just with different streams of revenue. And once you're able to quit that job and you're able to give your business, all of you, all of your time, all of your energy, all of your efforts, all of your thoughts, and not worry about, oh man, I have to drive here. Oh, I have to think about this. Oh, when is this due? Oh, Bob told me this. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And you're just thinking about your job. All of that, if you erase all of that and remove that and get connected with what you want for your life, what you want your life to look like, what type of family do you want to have? What do you want your time to look like? What time do you want to get up in the morning? What do you want to spend your time doing? What do you want to spend most of your time doing? That's what this is about. Because I get to come on here and spend my life doing what I enjoy doing. And then I'll end this and I'll go back inside and play with my kids. And it's fun. This is fun for me. And so you get to kind of do what it is that you want to do with your time. But the key, unfortunately, is you cannot, I'm sorry, there's no way to put this lightly. You cannot continue working for someone else. You have to have your own thing. You have to create your own thing. This is your life. You're not getting a second chance here. One time here, then you're gone. So what do you want to do with your life? All right. All right, got some questions. Okay, so we're getting interactive. This is the fun part. All right, let's see. So how do you balance family and business since the kids are in the background? LOL. So I have a lot of help. I have a full-time nanny. The twins, most people know my twins are just 3 years old. And then I have 3 older kids. So I have 5 kids total, from 15 to down to 3. So I'm busy with that. But I have a full-time nanny. She lives here. And it's been that way since the twins were born. So she's been with us more than 3 years. So that was a blessing in itself. And that's really what I encourage. So many people ask me this question, and the answer that I'm telling you is accept help. Accept help. When people offer to watch your kids, or when people offer to help you or relieve you, or tell you, hey, don't use your kids as an excuse. You know, I see so many moms do it, and it's so easy for us to do. Oh, I want to go back to school, but you know, I don't have anybody to help me with the kids. And someone says, I would help you. And then you're, oh, she's not serious. She not a me. She don't mean it. He don't mean it. I'm going to call them, and then they're not going to answer. You just start being negative about it. And so that's what you get. So if you start to think differently and you really start to see that there's a lot of people that want to help you, there's a lot of people that want to see you be successful. I had to realize that, because for so long, we think we have all of these haters. We do. We think we have all these haters and all these people that are against us. But really and truly, we don't know how many people love to see us win. And it wasn't until I came out to the forefront more and started telling people and teaching and putting, putting myself out there more, that I realized that people loved it. They were thankful for me. They were proud of me. Oh my gosh, girl, you did that. When I told them my real story, that I had lost everything. And yeah, I told the truth. I was in bankruptcy and I had all these foreclosures and I had to live in my parents' basement. And I moved there when I was pregnant. And my husband, he had lost his job too. And people was calling us broke. And we were embarrassed. And I was so embarrassed. And I couldn't believe that had happened to me. And I told my real story. And then I said, I turned it around like this. People were like, wow. Tell more people your story. And what's funny is I meet people with even better stories, even better transformations. Okay. At least I had a basement to go to. People have told me that they didn't have anywhere to go. I've helped women that have been from like nothing. They've told me they were literally homeless. And now they make $400,000 or $500,000 a year easily. And I mean that easily. Numbers that you didn't even think were possible. Literally. Numbers that you were afraid to even speak. These people I make numbers I was afraid to speak. Like, you say kind of jokingly, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire. What does that mean? And you actually look it up and you start thinking, oh, $83,000 a month. I remember when I broke it down, $83,000 a month. And then I remember the first time I hit it and I looked and it was $108,000 a month I had made in the past 30 days to get this little balance report. I couldn't believe it, but it didn't really feel that different because I had already been feeling it before I ever saw the money in my account. Okay, so that's what it's kind of another lesson there that I'm throwing in here. Just start to go for it. Just start to go forward. Like the fact that you're listening to me right now, for some reason, you attracted yourself to this. So there's something that you see like, yes, I want to start a business. Yes, I can see myself getting some business credit. Yeah, I could easily get some properties. Yes, this is not that difficult. Nothing Noelle is saying sounds too crazy. This sounds very easy to do because it all is. And I'm not saying anything that's crazy. That's why it resonates with you. That's why people are flocking to my channel and they like, oh my gosh, she tells the truth. Yes, this is not really hard to do. You get an LLC, you get the EIN number, you fill out some paperwork. This stuff is easy. And then you can get some credit cards. Oh, then you mail some letters. People call you on them. You call them back. Oh man, I got some houses. Boom. Boom. Or you could rent houses and start making money off of them. This is easy stuff, guys. Okay. And so that's how you balance. But sorry, I went off on a little tangent, but I accept help. And I realized that like attracts like, and people that claimed to me to help me and that were offering me help, I needed to accept their help. And I became an acceptor, a receiver. Become in a receiving mode. Get in the receiving mode. Receive money. Receive your blessings. Receive people's help. Receive appreciation. Receive love. Get in that mode. Don't reject. Don't push away. So there we go. All right. Woo. Next question. KR35 says, I spoke with Dun & Bradstreet and they said they want $14.99 a year. Should I get this to build business credit? Okay, KR35. No, do not get that. Okay. I'm so sorry. I think hopefully they don't sue me, but no, I bought it and I didn't get anything. Okay. They have this thing. If people don't know, when you go to get your Dun & Bradstreet number, okay, that's the number after you got your LLC or your S Corp. After you get your EIN number, you get the phone number, the address for your business, all established. You do that. You can do that in like a day. Then you get your Dun & Bradstreet number. You go to DNB and it's free to get this number. But Dun & Bradstreet is the major credit bureau for businesses. Okay, there's three. There's Equifax and Experian Business, but Dun & Bradstreet is the major one. Okay, and so you go there and you get this Dun & Bradstreet number for free. But as soon as you do it for free, they call you and they offer you this business builder thing and try to sell you to it. And I bought it. Okay, so dumb here, just bought it. I was like, oh yeah, sure, let me do it. It was at the time, I think it was $9.95. I think I paid $1,000 for it. Okay, so not cheap. Just because I got money don't mean I want to give it to everybody. Okay, so I did though. I gave it to him. I gave it to him. So I gave him the $1,000. And I go in there and they tell you that you can add all of your businesses, like different vendors that you pay. And at the time, I've had this business for going on 7 years now. So at the time this was only maybe like 2 years ago. So maybe this was 5 years the business or 4 years the business is, okay, the age of the business. So I have all these different vendors and I'm putting them in there and they're saying they can add these as trade lines to my business profile and this will boost up my Paydex score. Every single one I do, reject, 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 reject. I must have put 30, 40 different accounts in there. Not even one ever got accepted, okay? So, boo, no, it's not worth it. The Uline that I got for free and the Granger that I got for free and the Quill, even those just free, reported. So, no, I don't recommend that. And I don't care what they think, but I don't, because it didn't work for me. And I tried it and I did what they said, because that's what I do. I follow the directions. That's why that's why I'm telling you guys, you just listen to what I say, you just follow these things, it works. And this is not something that I made up. These are actually literally things that I've paid for. You know, I jokingly tell people about mentorship, but I've had many of mentors. Remember my first mentor, I was dead broke. Like I said, I literally was in my parents' basement. And he taught me about wholesaling, though. It was $20,000. We broke it into payments. I Pell Grants. I don't even know. You don't want to know what I did. Nothing illegal, but I did some stuff to get that man his money, his payments. But it worked out for me. My first deal, I think I made 17,000. So, but before I was even doing that, I was already seeing the potential. With what he taught me, with the information he gave me, I got it. I was like, oh. And then he taught me. So basically, he taught me about finding people that were, behind on their mortgage payments, and then flipping those to investors, and then they would buy the properties. Like I would just get them under contract and flip the contract, which you can do. You just do and/or signs. Easy. So I have a whole class on that. I'm not going to get on here, but wholesaling is absolutely an amazing thing for a newbie investor to do. It worked for me, but now there's even faster ways, and I'm teaching you them here. So, all right, Angela Lee and Naya says, how do I get one-on-one mentoring with you? Oh, great question. So I actually did an Instagram live just a few minutes ago, about an hour ago, and invited some people on my Instagram here. I have a pretty good following on YouTube. I think we're over 30,000 subscribers, so super big channel there, but my Instagram is like, wah. So I went on my Instagram live and kind of invited and told people about, because all of what was going on, because we've been having so many applications. So my one-on-one mentoring is by application only. Obviously, I am one person. I do have a team of people, but I can't, like I said, I have 30,000 subscribers. So that's just one platform. And so I have a ton of people watching the videos, loving the free content, and then wanting the mentorship, but I can't mentor everyone. It really has to be a fit mentorship. Like I get in your business, you get in mine. I tell you, like you see, even just what I tell here, you can only imagine what my coaching calls are like. I really get into depth. I really share. I really tell you all my business so that you can do the same thing. And I tell you the easy way to do it, like cut to the chase, because that's what I would want someone to do for me. I feel like that's what mentorship is about. Like, okay, you already been here. Tell me what you did. Let me do it. And tell me exactly how to do it, not just ramble on and on about all the great stuff you used to do. Tell me how you do it. So that's what I do. I tell you how to do it. So you can go and apply. All that said, you can go to apply. There's an application at wealthywomanblueprint.com. That is wealthywomanblueprint.com. You can fill out an application. I review all of them. And if you are selected, you get a call with one of my master coaches, and we see if you are a fit. And one way or the other, we do, offer some help to see, what questions you have, and we try to help you in any way. So it's free. And I want to help as many as I can. I really feel like this is our gift. And I think that too, the more people that I mentor and they successfully can do this, you also can go out and mentor, and we can really change our entire community. That is my goal. Okay. So wealthywomanblueprint.com for an application for mentoring. So Ronnie Jean says, is it more difficult as a real estate investor to get business credit? No, it depends. So here's the thing. That many people make a mistake with how they register the business. Don't put that you're just a company, because in most cases they will feel that that's a brokerage, like a Remax or a Keller Williams or a Century 21, like a real estate brokerage. And statistically speaking, high fail rate, categorized as high risk by many lenders. So you don't want to be associated as a real estate broker. So or a real estate company, because that implies a broker. So usually what you want to do is just have maybe homes or properties, or be like a leasing or property management type of company, or a real estate services other is a category you want to choose, just because you do all different types of things. And I teach you, you're not just an investor, you're also a consultant. Okay. Sometimes you just give your advice and guidance, and people pay for that information. People will pay to see your flips, for example. You can monetize all of that. I teach you how to do that. So all of the information in your proprietary business is yours to monetize. And so that's what I teach you. And it is not more difficult if you make sure not to just box yourself in as a real estate investor. Be a real estate entrepreneur. You do multiple things in real estate, and you want to be acknowledged as such. Okay. Devin, great question though, Ronnie Jean. So Devin Meadows says, when you make over 4 different purchases that show up on your DUNS account, once it reports positively over 6 months, will loan offers start to generate? Usually, yes. Yes. Okay. Usually. And actually, when you open up a business checking account with most places now, you will start to get offers. So you want to go do that immediately. Open up a business checking account. Just because now, too, that's where a lot of the funds have been allocated, especially during COVID, and they're giving startups money. Like all different types of money has been available that was not available before, because a lot of these banks are infused with capital that they want to lend to businesses. Okay, to businesses. All right. AJ says, thank you. You are an inspiration. Are you aware of grant programs for minority women-owned business? Yes, actually, we have a list that we can send out. I'll put a link in this video on the YouTube with some grants that we know of that are active right now, specifically for women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, and veteran-owned businesses. Okay, and I even think disabled-owned businesses also have quite a few things available. And this has been like untapped money, because most people just do not look into this. And you need to, okay, guys, you need to. If you are serious about getting starting a business and having your own business, there's tons of money out there available for you. And there's some easy ways to get them. There's easy ways to fix your credit if you have credit issues. There's easy ways to get you some business credit if you have some IRS maybe issues, and you have some of that type of stuff and you need to fix and get cleaned up. You can resolve all of that stuff and get yourself back on track. Okay. I'm speaking from my own experience. I literally had issues with the IRS where I had back taxes that I had messed up, and I got all this money and started making money and didn't pay my taxes properly. And I climbed out of it fairly easily just by increasing my income. Okay. Most of your problems can be solved by increasing your income. So many times we think that we need to decrease our debt, live smaller, eat out of Tupperware at lunch and all this other crap. Don't drink Starbucks. All the crap, all that stupid stuff. Okay. All that Dave Ramsey crap that just does not live the life that you want to live type of stuff. All of that, forget all of that stuff and start thinking, okay, I can make more money. I can easily make more money, because you can easily make $10,000, $20,000 more per month with real estate, with business credit. Okay. You can easily have hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting that you can leverage for your business, to buy real estate, to buy marketing material, to send letters, to do commercials. If you want to make YouTube, if you want to buy houses, if you need to buy equipment, if you need to buy computers, whatever you need for your business, you can get these things pretty easily. Okay. And there's just some simple steps that you have to follow. So this is what you do. It's okay. All right. And thank you, AJ. Seriously. I'm glad I'm an inspiration. I do. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Howard says, where do you recommend going for business funded? Small local banks, big banks, or credit unions? So I definitely like the mid-sized banks. Okay. I don't say, I used to say, and I tell you incorrectly, stay away from Bank of America, stay away from Wells Fargo, stay away from Chase, the big four, because they just really weren't that friendly to small entrepreneurs. But I will say some of that has changed as of very, very recently. Okay. Just because they have all this infused capital from COVID. Okay. They have all of these monies that were set aside, and some of it was set aside specifically for minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and veteran-owned businesses. And so many of it you still read has not been used, okay? Just has not enough people have applied for it. So that money is still available. And when you even go to applying at these banks, they they sell your information, just being honest with you. And so other offers will start to come. So even if you didn't get approved, for example, for the SBA loan, then you'll start to get other offers from other companies that can offer you something at the place that you're at. And they usually will tell you you need just 3 months bank statements or something like that. And many times they can get you money for your equipment. They can get you money, some working capital. Now, again, you want to be careful with some of these things. I don't want you to just jump in and get debt that you cannot repay. But there's some lines of credit, for example, that are worthwhile. You know, if somebody can get you $10,000 or $20,000 to get you established in your business, there's a lot that you could do with that. Okay, especially if you invest it in your business and you don't just go out and buy shoes and purses, you know, but if you're like, okay, I'm going to buy something that's going to make me money. I'm going to get some income producing property, or I'm going to use this money to market my business. Then that's something that you would want to do. You would want to leverage debt. That'll be, you know, okay in that situation, completely okay. And again, I say that from experience. And I say that, you know, as someone with 2 master's degrees, I have a master's from Penn State in economic development, and I have my MBA from Baylor University. So I'm not just saying these things frivolously. I'm telling you from an economical standpoint, from a financial standpoint, it depends on what you're using debt for. It's not just cut and dry that debt is bad. That's something that is taught to us that is very incorrect. Okay, debt is not bad. It depends on what you're doing with it. And if you can make more money than you're paying on the debt, then it is something that you should do. And investing in yourself is not something that we can necessarily quantify. Okay. But I know if you gave me $100,000 and I didn't have to work and I gave my business all my time and all my energy, I knew I could do it. And sometimes it's things like that you can't quantify. But if you just have the money to do what you want in your business, you can get a return on your investment. But only you could know that. You know, accountant's not going to be able to a spreadsheet. You're going to have to know that, okay, if I'm able to quit my job, I can do this because I'm going to do it. I'm going to get up each day the same way like I was getting up to go to work. I get up the same way now in my own business. I think I get up earlier, but because I'm more excited. And I actually had great jobs. I actually didn't have jobs that sucked that much. I had some boring jobs. I thought they were boring. I was just bored at work. But I didn't have bad jobs. So some of you have bad jobs and you want to quit, and you should. And I don't care. And I would tell you, yes, if you hate your job, you should be quitting. You should be on your exit plan. You should have a resignation letter written and ready to go. And you should have a plan, an exit date in your mind, like your escape plan, like get out of slavery. Like I am here, Mir Tubman, like get out of there. You can do it. You can have your own business and pay all your bills. I assure you. It's possible. It is very possible. People are doing it every day, and you can too. It's okay. All right, I'm wrapping up. Let's see. Got some last questions. So Tanisha Carter says, how can I find out if it's a good time to invest Airbnb in my area, Northern California? So one of the things that I would do is go into the website and get to kind of start checking and seeing what's out there. Then there's also a website called AirDNA, and you can get some analytics pretty cheaply on one area and one zip code. So that's one of the things that we use called AirDNA, and it'll give you the analytics of that whole zip code and kind of let you know if rates are back up, if you know what the nightly rates per, what occupancy rates are, what properties are doing. You can also call a company called Evolve, 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 and they can kind of give you some stats on that area too. If they're accepting properties in that area, that's a good sign that it is profitable, because they are like a nationwide Airbnb, like hospitality management service. Okay, so they like manage lots of Airbnbs in every state. Okay. All right. So Shay says, my business has been active since June of 2019. Awesome. Kudos. Kudos. So your business is already over a year old. Think about it. In June of next year, in upcoming June, your business will be 2 years old. That is like an adult in the business world. Okay. In the business credit world, you want a business that is an adult that's 2 years old. They feel like if you've made it 2 years, because most people don't even renew their business license that first year. I think it's like 80% of businesses do not. So that's why they charge so much. I think that first time they're just like getting so much of their money because they know most people are not coming back for that second round. And it's sad. It is so sad. And I know, because I was that person that had a business that didn't really do anything with it. I was that person that worked the job and always wanted a side hustle, but never thought that my side hustle could be my real thing, that I could do that all the time. and I didn't actually have to go to someone else's building and rely on money to come into my account on the 5th. I thought that was just unheard of, and that I had the best deal in the world. And again, I had a really good deal. In the working world, that's a great deal to get a check every 15th and the 30th and $3,000-$4,000. But it's not the best. It's not the best. You remember, we only get one life. What is it that you want to do? We don't have to settle. You do not have to settle for a mediocre life. You can have the best life that you want. You can have the best car. You can drive whatever car you want. You can live in whatever house you want. Man, the AC could be loud. That's at the pool thing. They turn the hot tub on. The kids turn the hot tub on. All right. It's okay. This has been an awesome class, guys. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. I really appreciate this. I love you. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. If you want to apply for a mentorship, the application is completely free. WealthyWomanBlueprint.com. That is WealthyWomanBlueprint.com. This is Noelle Randall. To your success.